From the outside, it's a beautiful church, a place of worship for its faithful members. But this church has a special history that makes its existence even more profound. This is the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary Ukrainian Catholic Church in Centralia, Pennsylvania. And its existence and a special annual pilgrimage here have caught the attention of media organizations around the world.
The story, of course, is a beautiful story. It's a story that Reader's Digest magazine noted as a miracle in our modern age.
The Reverend Michael Hutsko is the church's pastor. He gave us a tour of this beautiful house of worship that survived the Centralia mine fire.
This parish was founded in 1911. This church was built at the same time, and everything that you see inside is basically original to the church. And through the years, the parish has had highs and lows, tremendous number of people attending and participating to the period of time when the relocation, because of the mine fire in Centralia, forced so many of the citizens to move, and the parish really hit a low point at that point.
Even though the town of Centralia was decimated by a mine fire and the residents moved from this area, this small, beautiful church on a hill remains open. And for the faithful, like Father Hutsko and his parishioners, they believe that that is nothing short of a miracle.
It was determined that this property is built on solid rock. It would not be threatened by the mine fire, and the Redevelopment Authority allowed us to stay here. In November of 2015, the patriarch, the head and father of our Ukrainian Catholic Church, visited here. And upon his entrance to this property, upon his entrance to this church, he was immediately taken aback by the beauty that exists here and the sense of peace and calm and presence of the Lord. And he exclaimed at that moment, moved by the Holy Spirit, that this place has to be a place of prayer.
As a result, this decree was issued proclaiming the last Sunday in August as an annual call to prayer.
It was a huge undertaking for our small parish, but in the ensuing years it has grown and grown. And last year EWTN came and broadcast the Divine Liturgy from here. This year they're returning to broadcast the liturgy again. We started with one bishop, our bishop from Philadelphia, joining us, where last year we had 4 bishops from different traditions of the Catholic Church come and celebrate the services that day. This year we're up to 5 bishops.
2 people who will be taking part in that special pilgrimage are lifelong church members John Mayernick and Joanne Panko, both third-generation members of this congregation.
I'm 71 years old almost, so it's almost 70 years that I've been coming here. I've been baptized and confirmed here, and I come here every Sunday. This is home. When
I lived in Centralia, we just lived right down around the corner here, so this was a part of growing up for me, where we were always up here around the church, sitting on steps, laying in the grass on the side of the church, and just always. So it's like John had mentioned, it's like coming home.
Both John and Joanne are very active church members. Joanne bakes the communion bread and helps make pierogies. John is a bell ringer, a job I didn't realize still existed.
We ring the bells different times, but when he says, "This is my body," then you ring this bell, the big one, so many times, and then when it's, "This is my blood," we ring this smaller one, and then we ring all 3 of them together then. And that's the way it goes.
How long have you been doing this?
It's a long time, probably 30 or 40 years that I'm the bell ringer.
This year's pilgrimage comes at a time when our country and world are being subjected to mass shootings and other senseless acts of violence. So many bad things happening in our world right now. How important is it not only for people to come to church, but to come to this church as well?
I'm so glad that you asked that question, because I think our pilgrimage, August the 25th, our call to prayer, comes at a very unique and very special time with the mass murders that just took place in El Paso, Texas. Texas and in Dayton, Ohio, and the state of our society in our big cities as well as in small towns across America. This is a time that we all need to turn to God.
The pilgrimage begins 11 a.m. on Sunday, August 25th, and will feature a variety of prayers, including the Living Rosary, with parts said in Spanish.
One of the things that we wanted to do was to extend a cordial and warm invitation to our Latino brothers and sisters to come and express their particular faith and the expression of their Catholicism, and to join us with our expression of the Byzantine traditions, and to really join as brothers and sisters.
Regardless of your religious background, Father Hutsko and his parish family invite you to join them on Sunday for this very special call to prayer.
We have people coming from all over the East Coast that make their way here to pray. And we certainly advertise everywhere that we can to make this event known. And it truly is a day of prayer. And we try to keep the property as peaceful and as calm as possible. We don't want it to turn into a picnic or a family reunion. We want it to be a place to experience God. And this mountain that the church is built on is certainly conducive to that. Our parish here certainly is something that was providential, that only God knew what his plan was over 100 years ago when this parish was built, that it would be a place to call people and remind people of his presence.
Reporting from Centralia for SSPTV News, I'm Lisa Sugart.